Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And man, have I been bombarded with questions once more. So today, a lot of different stuff that is worthy of noting. A lot of notable stuff, a lot of crypto news. Make sure you watch it all the way through so you don't miss out on anything important. Starting it off, a perfect storm of Bitcoin demand trends are driving the bull run. And again, there's actually quite a lot of pressure behind a bigger crypto bull run, and generally, we're all quite positive. It's just this lawsuit on XRP that has kind of put some freaking charcoal into our food. It's just a little bit annoying, but it's not bad for the bigger picture. And having said that, we are giving away $100 worth of crypto the first time a video hits 1,500 likes in 24 hours. And if you want to enter, 3 simple steps. Make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. It is that simple, guys. Do it! Do it! I feel like the Shia LaBeouf, or whatever his name is when I say that. And also, GSX, I've been purchasing some of these. Check it out. It's a gold-backed stable coin, but also growth coin. It's something really, really crazy. I've been putting quite a lot of money in it because it's kind of the middle between gold-backed things and cryptocurrency. It's like the perfect match. So, again, I've been buying that. But this article here, Bitcoin has undergone an extremely strong rally over the past few weeks and months that has brought it from 10K to 24,000. The leading crypto currently trades for 23, and as I said, I've actually exchanged a little bit of Bitcoin for XRP, which was a lucky strike, because I did that about 22.5 for XRP in USD terms. I don't know what exactly the price was for Bitcoin because I just exchanged it, and I got a little bit lucky because XRP went up more than Bitcoin did, because I think Bitcoin got down about maybe 0.5% or so in that time, and XRP I think has gone up like maybe 10% in that time. So pretty lucky, or maybe even 20%, but I'm actually only noticing it now that XRP is at 27. Maybe when you're watching this video, it's a little bit different because I usually record this about 1.5 hours or so up front, maybe 2. So yeah, whatever, but all right. The perfect storm here, though, it is actually talking about the fact that at least my personal opinion, we actually get a lot of chances to buy ourselves some good crypto every here and there, and basically right now, it's kind of a build-up for something bigger as the institutions are buying heavily. Gold has a lot of these issues where there's also some new gold which has been announced. I don't know if that is in this video or the next video, but some new gold has been found in some country, and some are saying, the scarcity is not that effective, and there's actually not a limited supply of gold because, well, we can just keep finding more, and it's going to be supply crisis and this and that. With Bitcoin, you have scarcity to a certain degree because you know exactly that. You know exactly how much there is and exactly how much there's going to be. Same for XRP. Cole Gardner said a perfect storm of demand dynamics is driving Bitcoin price, which is talking about a storm in this sense of people who are trying to purchase Bitcoin and trying to purchase crypto. The amount of institutions buying is so far greater than the amount of sales. For example, Grayscale here has now just announced that they have reached $16.4 billion in freaking crypto. And what they're doing basically, this whole Grayscale is just purchasing crypto and reselling it basically for a way higher markup. That's all they're doing. They're just purchasing crypto and reselling it way higher. Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust just added 12.3 thousand Bitcoins to GBTC in a single day. So everybody who thought that Bitcoin was ever going to get very freaking cheap again, man, they just might have to reconsider, because there's a good chance we're just going to skyrocket from this point on forward. The scarcity is there. The demand is there. They're just keep on buying more. And I'm too afraid of not being in this move. Now, there's another thing you should know, though, because a part of everything is just the institutions are entering and buying more and more and more. That's good, right? Everybody likes that. Everybody thumbs up. But the other side is there's so many regulations coming in, which we just saw for Ripple, of course. We just saw this SEC lawsuit, which in my opinion is still a positive thing. I still think this is going to legitimize the space, legitimize XRP, and ultimately be a bullish thing. However, the sell-off here, the manipulated sell-off, was most likely done by bigger institutions to either put fear into your ass, to kind of let the weak hands sell and make more money. It could have been a dozen different things. But what we know, though, is that this was not a retail dump. It was not even a normal institutional dump. It was a really mixed whale manipulational dump to get the price down, because we all knew about XRP being a security issue. You know, we had that issue for years. So it's nothing new. It's just now kind of got official to some people, but it's always been official because this was always looming. So being surprised about it now, being so scary, that's dumb. It's really stupid. and it shouldn't be supported. And that's why I'm telling everybody who's selling it at like a 20-cent price or so, like, hey, are you right in the head? It's not financial advice, any of these videos. Make that sure. I'm not claiming to be a crypto guru. I'm not claiming to know how to make money. I'm not trying to say any of that. I do know, however, when things are just really BS. When things are just too freaking stupid to kind of follow up on. That is the XRP price at 20 cents right now because of a lawsuit. That's stupid. Even if it's a security, it can still operate. We talked about that before. There's still quite a lot of different things that can happen in a positive sense. But I would more so see it as they won't label it as security. The newer guy at the SEC is a positive crypto guy. I'm going to bet my coins as we see right now on it that won't be the case. New anti-money laundering regulations should exclude Hong Kong's Bitcoin ATMs to sustain innovation, says industry body. So even though this is not a bad thing, it's not even a big thing for that matter because Bitcoin ATMs are stupid. They're nice and innovative, but they're just so inconvenient in my opinion. They make so little money for you as an individual. So because you can only get some crypto at like the most ridiculous rates or with some huge fees. I've just personally never found the necessity to go into it or use it, even though I do get the use case. I do get the bigger picture for it. They are trying to regulate that type of stuff. They're trying to, and they'll most likely continue on with that for a good little while, as they're going to try dim it down piece by piece by piece. The thing, however, that I'm thinking about here on that note as well is, what if they just are starting now with the self-custody wallets, starting now with XRP, but then moving over into Stellar, for example, then moving over into Bitcoin ATMs, then moving over into just normal exchanges, which they're already doing, and just trying to go further, making sure they're completely legit, which is a positive thing if you think about the essence, but the very negative thing for crypto's kind of freedom because you can't be your own bank anymore. All exchanges will be properly regulated, so the government will know exactly how much money you have and will have to send over those records, possibly. And you can't really transact money outside of, I guess the jurisdiction, if you guys get that, where you have to use a Bitcoin ATM and they'll know exactly who you are. You have to verify everything. Even if you want to do $5, you're going to have to verify your card, which will be, again, connected to your name and so forth and so on. They're just going to take all the anonymity and all the risk away from crypto, which once more has good and bad sides to it. I personally think it's more bad than good because, who wants that? But to a certain degree, it makes taxes a lot simpler if they just know exactly what they want and what we're good for, kind of. Moving on, Electronic Frontier Foundation, U.S. government will expand financial surveillance through FinCEN's proposed crypto wallet rules. You gotta really think this one through. Because I've been buying this ledger, right? I bought it a long time ago. I still have it. By the way, be careful with all the information that was given out because some guys have already gotten SIM swapped. Their money got hacked out of exchanges. Now, if you have a ledger, though, your money won't be able to be stolen out of that thing. So I really recommend people to get themselves a ledger. Link is down below. Check it out. And you might say, oh, but they got breached already. You're never working with them. As I said before, the reason I'm using Ledger and the reason I'm so bullish about the company is because if they had another scandal, they're completely gone. They can never have any issue again regarding privacy or anything along those lines because they'll be completely gone. Completely gone. So, I mean, since they already failed our data protection in a certain sense, I definitely don't think they'll also fail in our personal money security system. I don't think they can afford that, and I don't think they would ever let that happen. I think they would rather take losses than letting anything along those lines happen. So they're most likely spending a freaking ton of money to make it safer. And these self-hosted wallets, even though some guys have said, man, just keep your money in exchanges and nothing will happen, I kind of feel as if you should just keep your money on your freaking own wallets and let those exchanges figure it out piece by piece. Because, I mean, if you have your money on exchange, there's a chance you can never take it out again. That you're going to have to do some very strange verifications to take it out, which means you're not in control over your own money, which is not what I want. I want to just have control over my own money because you will be able to spend crypto in some places. There's always countries who don't abide by these rules. This is just the US. This is just exchanges that either operate from within the US or, just, I guess, follow the rules over, I have the hiccups over there. However, there'll always be like a freaking Malton exchange or something like that who just doesn't give a shit, where you can still exchange your money if you really wanted to some, I don't know, US dollar still or to some euro even, and freaking send it to your offshore account. Who cares? It's about the bigger picture that you just have control of your own money, can send it exactly where you want to. And since they cannot stop your crypto transactions, they can only monitor them if they really want to. You're still free then in that sense, which is why I don't want to have it on exchanges, because I do not want to verify that some address is mine. I do not want to do that. I'm not going to. I'll just keep it on the exchange or the address that I have. and they could just figure it out themselves if they really want to. Of course, I pay my taxes whenever it's necessary. I'm not trying to evade that type of stuff. But, I mean, I'm not really telling them too much, if you guys get my drift, right? I just want to give them the minimum amount of info, because otherwise they're going to mess you up. They want everything out of you, so they can take all the money from you. At least that's the way that I kind of feel it. These guys are not here for you. They're not trying to help you. Think about the stimulus here, the $600. No. No, they're not working in your best interest, guys. I do not believe in that. I do not believe in that at all. Maybe it is so from the core down, but I just personally cannot feel that. SEC papers show settlement between Ripple and R3 was over $240 million. Ripple and R3 were previously embroiled in litigation over an agreement that gave R3 the right to purchase XRP. SEC papers have shed new light on a 2019 settlement between Ripple and R3. The paper indicate multiple papers, that a settlement between Ripple and the enterprise software firm was valued at over $240 million. The SEC filed the papers as part of its lawsuit against Ripple, in which it accused Ripple of conducting an unregistered digital asset securities offering. I actually thought, though, that this was all public already. I mean, we heard about it, so I don't exactly know what part of this is, like, unraveled or new. So I don't really get the whole, like, kind of title here of like, oh, it shows something crazy. It kind of makes it look like, but this is all information that we knew about. Ripple will either be victorious or settle out of court with the SEC, which is logical, because, I mean, they're either going to win or lose, the period. But you got to kind of understand the consequences of either. If Ripple wins, you'll see an XRP skyrocket to a degree that people couldn't even fathom. It's going to be insane. If Ripple, however, does unfortunately lose, we'll most likely see a huge crypto crackdown, and will most likely mean that crypto as we know it right now is really gone. And we'll see a huge decrease in price because people don't want to hold crypto as much anymore, and people will be generally afraid of all of it. But also in the sense that right now, as we have seen before, there's not really an issue of exchanges stopping to list XRP. That stuff that people are trying to tell you is all just to make you afraid or sell more. You know, I'm personally not at all worried about exchanges stopping to list XRP. Not worried about that at all. At all. Because we all know about the part, and we all know about the idea that that won't happen. Because, again, the SEC, if they do that, they're really just confirming once more that this whole ordeal is not for us, but just purely for power. Purely for power and for, I don't know, the record, for the law. A law which is still kind of strange and corrupt in a certain sense. Because the law, if they really were about that law life, they would have just told Ripple this 7 years ago. From the moment it started, they just sort of said, hey, you know what you're doing here? I don't think that's allowed, so let's check it right now, and we'll give you a judgment of whether or not you can continue. But no, they wait 7 years, 8 years, and right when you're doing prosperous, when everything is looking good, when people have invested billions of dollars, this is a multi-billion-dollar project, you're like, out of this whole, you know, I don't know how much XRP was worth really. Let's say 25 billion, 40 billion, who cares? Out of this whole $30 billion, yeah, 1 billion, we might have some issue with that. You know, you might have sold some people who most likely knew about the situation fully. Yeah, you sold them something. So, you know what, to kind of compensate them because you made them lose some money, potentially in a certain way, shape, or form, because we think so, even though they most likely made money if they bought XRP in 2013. Yeah, we're going to just say something about that. We're going to sue you, and we're going to make sure that, you know, every retail investor loses their money. Because we're trying to protect them. So we're going to let them lose money by holding XRP. But this thing that we're trying to prevent people to buy, we're trying to make that better. We're going to lose everybody their money. That's basically what they kind of did. And I think it will happen to a lot of crypto, though, if Ripple does lose. If they do lose, a lot of crypto will be doomed in the sense that this is just one lawsuit of a bigger picture. On a certain degree, it doesn't mean that actually a lot of crypto will actually lose the lawsuit. It actually just more means that a lot of other cryptos will also get some lawsuits going on because Ripple's not that unique. In everything that they do, a lot of these cryptos also have a foundation that really follows the same type of guidelines. So it's not like Ripple's the only one doing this. Ripple's the most unique horse out of the freaking bunch. That's not the case. Crypto hedge fund founder Stefan Chin accused of fraud by the SEC. Virgil Capital, which specializes in crypto arbitrage, of fraud. Stefan Chin, a 23-year-old founder of Virgil Capital, has been accused by the SEC of fabricated records for failing to redeem $3.5 million in investments and attempting to withdraw $1.7 million investor funds to pay off Chinese loan sharks, the SEC said. So it's kind of fun because I actually, it's not, of course, fun for the people that were, involved with the scam, but it's kind of fun because I've seen so many people talk about these types of schemes where they make a fund, they get deposits, get money, and then they just say, oh, yeah, we got some losses. Oops, oopsie floopsie. And all of a sudden, millions of dollars are gone. And they're like, whoa, we're just showing these guys some fake records that we like, okay, we lost money, too bad. While in hindsight, they just did not trade and just withdrew the money. Now, that's all fun and games if you talk about the, outer picture. Unless you're talking about the freaking US of mother in A, where they track everything that you're trying to do. All right, you're trying to start a company in the US, you better make sure your records are good or that you just quit before you're in the limelight. Because this guy, he could have most likely gotten away with it had he played it smarter. But he didn't. He played it stupid, and now the SEC is on his ass, and he will most likely either go to jail or have to pay a lot of freaking money if this really hits the fan. Since he tried to kind of take a lot of this money away through the Cayman Islands or something like that. A lot of guys are doing this exact scheme right as we speak. They're just not caught yet. But that's why, again, if you're trying to play games with the US, better make sure you have your freaking things set in order and you have a freaking, I don't know, amazing accountant. I wanted to say something else, a certain race accountant, but let's not do that. Make sure the freaking accountant is good as can be. Let's just keep it at that. Hong Kong Crypto Group warns new law will restrict people's access to Bitcoin. Talking again about the ATMs, and stellar price outlook is negative, or stellar price plummets amid new lawsuit against Ripple from the SEC. It's basically the situation where Stellar and XRP are so alike that if you think Stellar is amazing and XRP is stupid, you definitely have fallen on your head, I personally think. But all right. Guys, thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something new. Check out GSX. I've been personally buying in that. So check it out. Link down below. And see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody.